right now. The 2026 World Cup. 48 teams, 104 matches, the biggest football tournament in history across 3 countries, 16 cities, and billions of viewers. And underneath every goal, every tackle, every yellow card, more than $50 billion is projected to be wagered on it. Not just on who wins, on corners, substitutions, throw-ins, whether a specific player gets carded in the 63rd minute. At this World Cup, someone put $1 million on Spain to beat Cape Verde in the group stage. A win would have paid about $85,000. Spain was a 92% favorite, European champion, Cape Verde's first World Cup, a 40-year-old goalkeeper, 7 saves, 0-0. Spain did not even lose. That was the cruel part. It drew. $1 million gone. On the other side, a trader called Fish Alive put $400,000 against Spain and walked away with $4.7 million when the draw landed. Same match, same platform, $1 million in, nothing out. $400,000 in, $4.7 million out. Football has found a way to make a draw feel like a bank robbery. Here's what this machine looked like before the tournament even started. Before a single ball was kicked at this World Cup, in a League One match on May 17th, a forward named Eli Wahi received a yellow card. A normal booking. Nobody remembers by the next morning. Somebody remembered. Around the world, a strange amount of money had been placed on Wahi getting that exact card. Not the score, not the winner, the small yellow rectangle a referee keeps in his shirt pocket. Integrity monitors lit up. The French League alerted authorities, and a routine end-of-season booking became part of an investigation into suspicious betting patterns. Wahi has not been named as a suspect. The investigation is not about the player, it's about the money around the card. Now, multiply that by 104 matches. That's the World Cup now. Not just watched, priced. $50 billion. 4 years ago in Qatar, the figure was 35. So in one cycle, the world added $15 billion of betting to a football tournament. That's not growth, that's a heist with extra steps. $15 billion is the kind of number that should come with a getaway car. Instead, it came with an app and a push notification. Part of it is more games. Qatar had 64 matches, this one has 104. 40 more matches. 40 more 90-minute windows where someone, somewhere, has a phone open and a market to watch. The app doesn't care about the football, it cares about the attention. On average, nearly $500 million rides on each match. The final gets more. A group stage game between 2 countries you would struggle to find on a map gets less. As a scale check, the number is still insane. But the biggest change is not the number of games, it's the phone in your hand. After the Supreme Court cleared the way in 2018, states moved, one at a time, then all at once. In 2022, about 40% of Americans had legal access to sports betting. Today, it's closer to 65%. The phone brought the bookmaker into your living room. The Supreme Court unlocked the front door. The man on the couch does not feel like a market, he feels like a fan. Same jersey, same snack bowl, same spot. He put $2 on his team to win the group. For fun, the way you buy a raffle ticket and forget about it. $2 just for the vibes. The app thanks him, warmly, the way a casino floor is carpeted so you never hear your own footsteps leaving. Welcome, you're going to love it here. He's not a viewer anymore, he's the product. He just doesn't know it yet. Nobody ever does. That's the product working. A football match used to ask one question: who wins? You picked a side, waited 90 minutes, and either celebrated or went to bed with strong opinions about the referee. Now, the match asks 200 questions. Who scores first? Who gets carded? How many corners? How many shots? Will the referee walk to the VAR monitor? Will the substitute come on before minute 65? Will a grown man point at the corner flag with enough conviction to settle a market? Football didn't get more complicated, the betting menu did. Then came the part that changed everything. The live bet. You no longer place your wager before kickoff and wait. You bet during the match, second by second as the odds move on your screen. A corner is given, a price appears. A player goes down, a price appears. The referee jogs to the monitor. 100,000 people hold their breath. The market already has an opinion. The crowd sees a game, the market sees a settlement. What a goal! Wait, did that affect my throw-in position? Sir, please enjoy the game normally. I am. This is me enjoying it. By the second match, he's found the prop bets. Your team scored. Yes! Would you like to bet on the next corner? I want to just celebrate the goal. That was your first mistake. By the third match, he's watching the corner count more closely than the score. The football's just the thing that happens between his bets now. Something has left his eyes. Not sad exactly, more like a slot machine that learned to wear a jersey. The sport on the field is the same sport. What changed is the layer on top of it. A second game, played in prices, running alongside the first. And the law cannot decide what that second game even is. So you have a tournament watched by billions, chopped into 200 markets a match, running live in everyone's pocket, regulated by a crowd of people still arguing over what to call it. What could possibly go wrong? This is where the machine gets strange. There are now 2 casinos inside the match. One admits it's a casino, the other wears a finance costume. On the left, a sports book. Bet $10 on a yellow card. You bet against the house. The house sets the odds. Licensed like a casino because it is one. On the right, a prediction market. It does not say bet on a yellow card, it says buy a contract that pays if a yellow card happens. Different words, same money, same referee's pocket. The only difference is that one of them gave the bet a blazer and called it a derivative. You're selling bets on yellow cards? We are offering event contracts on yellow cards. Very small bonds with shin pads. And because it looks like finance, it's been arguing it should be regulated like finance, which is a very long way of asking one stupidly simple question. Is a yellow card a bet or an investment? Is buying a contract on a yellow card gambling? It's an event contract traded on a federally regulated exchange. So, is that yes? It's an event contract traded on a federally regulated exchange. That feels like a no wearing a helmet. No, it's a price discovery. On a defender losing his temper? Markets are beautiful. The states say it's gambling. The federal side says it's finance. They've been making their case to people who were already paid to disagree. On the couch, none of the legal poetry matters. He's buying a contract on a corner because the app made it one tap. New market available. Tap to trade. Is this gambling or investing? Correct. Run the same card through both systems. The crowd sees a booking. One app sees a wager. The other sees a contract settling. Same card, 3 completely different things. Which leaves the only question that matters. Who profits and who pays? The profit part is not subtle. The betting industry treats a World Cup the way a store treats Black Friday. But the money bet during the tournament is not even the real prize. The prize is you. Downloaded, converted, still opening the app in November. Some of the most famous retired players alive were signed to stand in front of a green screen and ask if you are ready to play. Men who lifted actual trophies now lifting a phone. One platform running a $5 million event, another with a $600,000 promotion. Free money, they say, which is a thing that has never once been free. All of it points the same way. Download it for the World Cup, keep it for the divorce. Football has a problem. Too much corruption? Too much silence between bets. That's called watching. We have to fix that. The football is the content. The betting is the business. Their job is not to make you love football more. Their job is to make sure there's something to tap in every minute of attention you have. A goal is nice. A goal you bet on is revenue. A goal you bet on, lose, and chase is a customer retention strategy wearing a scarf. Every sport is entertainment. Only one industry has figured out how to charge per second. And this is the part people miss. Betting companies are not just competing for your money during the World Cup, they're competing for your attention after it. The machine is not built around the person who bets once on the final and leaves. It's built around the person who comes back tomorrow. The person who just needs one more corner to become financially interesting. The smaller the bet, the smaller the lever. A yellow card feels harmless. $2, a bit of fun during a dull game. That's exactly why it works. 200 tiny markets are 200 tiny hooks. None of them feel like a hook. That is the hook. Throw-in market, 40 seconds left. They're about to score. Goal! Did we score? Nice! He missed it, the one thing he came for. He acknowledged it, he moved on. The World Cup was built for football. Nearly a century of noise, flags, bad haircuts, national trauma, and grown men crying into polyester shirts. The betting industry didn't need to corrupt it. It didn't need to bribe a referee or fix a match. It just needed to put a price on every piece of it. The goals, the corners, the substitutions, the stoppage time, the small yellow rectangle in a referee's pocket. The World Cup is still being watched, but underneath that, quietly, across billions of dollars in markets and millions of glowing screens, it's also being priced. Did we win? Your yellow card market settled. The tournament ends. His account does not. He'll be back tomorrow. There's a quarterfinal and a market on the coin toss, and a version of him that still thinks he's up. They didn't want his World Cup money, they wanted his November habit. The tournament was the trailer, the app is the show. And that is the real casino hidden inside the World Cup. Not a smoky room under the stadium, not a villain with a briefcase, just a phone glowing after the final whistle, asking for one more tap. And the next time a referee reaches into his pocket, somewhere a market is already moving. The World Cup is not just watched, it's priced. Subscribe before the next yellow card comes with a prospectus.